which fails to stand out when it's presented as someone's finishing move. Number 5.
Was that Bianca Belair that just made her look stupid when she ran out the way?
Stand out when it's presented as someone's finishing move.
Nah, that looked like Zelina Vega. But anyway, yeah, that's not a good finisher. Crossbody. Ah!
She in the streets, playing with the best, yeah, we don't freeze. Niggas try to steal my energy. Waves with the ice, yeah, surfboard me. I get the bag and I dip, yeah. Said I'm a rock star. Fell over all of the drip, yeah. Diamonds in my charm, like I just wearing them hips, yeah. Think like a porn star, manifest all of my dreams, yeah. I'm living like a god, rock star, trap star. Got the gas with me, yeah.
What's good, Dark Knight gang? I'm Neptune. Hey, bro, today I'm about to react to a video, top 10 worst WWE finishers in 2022. Y'all requested it, don't trip you now, I got y'all. This from WrestleLamia. Y'all know I mess with his channel heavy. Great channel, man. We're about to see some of the worst finishers in 2022. Let me think, off the top of my head, y'all know I hate Bayley's finisher, bro. That belly to belly, oh my God, that shit is trash. Let me see, any men that are off top, I hate. I can't think of any right now, but we're about to hop into this video. We're going to see. Shout out to the gang. Have a great weekend. Yeah. Let's go.
Number 10. Commander Aziz, Nigerian Nail. Commander Aziz debuted his newest character during WrestleMania 37. Since then, Aziz has been the bodyguard for Apollo, and although fans don't know too much about his character, they do know that he has one of the most underwhelming finishers on the current roster.
Oh yeah, that
Aziz
shit is
uses a
trash.
finishing move known as the Nigerian Nail, which is in essence his own version of the Samoan Spike that the legendary Umaga previously used. It involves Aziz using his thumb and stabbing his opponent right in the neck. Although the move was rather lackluster when Umaga used it, he still managed to pull it off and it actually grew on the fans over the years. Sadly, Aziz has a lack of identity, meaning that the finisher just looks flat upon execution.
It just looks trash, bro.
Becky Lynch.
I like Becky Lynch rock bottom. You don't like her rock bottom? It looks basically like the rock bottom to me.
Ever since Becky Lynch returned to WWE programming at SummerSlam in 2021, she's predominantly used the Manhandle Slam as her finishing maneuver. The move involves Becky performing a rock bottom air slam, but the move always seems to be executed poorly. Now the secret to it looking good is the opponent should jump as high as possible. This in turn creates a bigger impact. But sadly, this rarely happens. The move looks clumsy and Becky should seriously consider a brand new finishing move.
It looked cool to me.
Number 8,
if the rock bottom is done correctly, that shit could look dope. The Rock used to make that shit look so hard. He'll open his arms up with it too and slam them down, and people would always be extra. So I think it's the people that's not selling the move.
Mahal, the Kalas. Jinder Mahal shocked the world in 2017 when he defeated Randy Orton to win the WWE title at Backlash in 2017. Jinder won the title using his finishing move known as the Kalas, and one of the things that stood out about the move was that a number of fans didn't actually know that this was even his finisher. His finishing move didn't even have a name until his main event push started. Jinder spoke on how impactful the move is supposed to be during a 2017 interview with Sportskeeda. Jinder revealed, "I came up with the name along with the Singh brothers. The inspiration is actually from a Hindi movie. It's a song called Kalas. It just means finish, so it's fitting. And it's easy for our English commentators to pronounce it. There was actually a couple of names I thought of were easy for the commentators to say and for our American audience to say what sounds good and what has meaning. I think it's a very impactful word and a good name for a finishing move."
Yeah, it's not bad.
Unfortunately, the move just doesn't click and fails to look credible at all. The move is supposed to begin with a Cobra Clutch before Jinder hits a slam. The move can look really messy upon execution as Jinder often struggles to lock in an effective Cobra Clutch. Number 7.
It kind of looked like a variation of the rock bottom, to be completely honest. I'm not a fan of it either.
Madcap Mars, the punchline. WWE seems to be set on making Madcap Mars a future star in the company. He's had notable victories over the likes of former WWE champion Kofi Kingston and has even eliminated AJ Styles from the 2022 Royal Rumble. Although Moss is associated with Baron Corbin on screen, this has done him very little favours as he's received little reaction from the live crowd. One of the problems with Moss's in-ring work is that he has a rather awkward looking finishing move. It's known as the punchline and it's a standard neck breaker that Moss is clearly struggling to perfect. If WWE truly wants Moss to be a future main eventer,
you could make a better one than that.
A credible finishing move.
Bro.
Looks like you could put away a WWE superstar for the 3 count. Number 6, Nikki Ash.
Madcap. I'm not a fan of Nikki, but yeah, bro, you definitely need a new finisher.
Since Nikki has debuted her new superhero persona, she's been using a crossbody as one of her finishing moves. This was the finishing move which Nikki won the Raw Women's title in 2021, and the move is fine in execution. It's just not really an appropriate move for a finisher.
It's not at all.
The logical explanation is that Nikki needs a top rope move to match her persona, and the crossbody literally features her flying through the air. The issue is that the crossbody is just a standard traditional move which fails to stand out when it's presented as someone's finishing move. Number 5.
Was that Bianca Belair that just made her look stupid when she ran out the way?
Stand out when it's presented as someone's finishing move.
Nah, that looked like Zelina Vega. But anyway, yeah, that's not a good finisher. Crossbody, get super kicked right in the chin.
Number 5, Charlotte Flair, natural selection. Charlotte Flair uses a total of 2 finishers. One is a figure 8, which is actually a great looking move, which shows off Flair's athleticism.
That's what I thought her finisher was.
Her alternative finishing move is known as natural selection.
The little flip.
Charlotte's opponent being on their knees. Charlotte hits a front face lock cutter on her opponent. Due to the opponent only falling a small distance from their knees to the mat, the move doesn't have too much of an impact.
Facts.
Now, although it should be appreciated that Charlotte has more than one finisher, after all, her father Ric Flair used the figure 4 for the entirety of his career, the natural selection finishing move simply just doesn't hit the mark.
I don't think so either.
Number
Charlotte Flair is way too beastie for that to be one of her finishers. She should come up with a different one for sure. But the figure 8 always looked pretty dope, and people always tap out from that. So that's why I thought that was her finisher.
4, Lacey Evans, the women's right.
Oh yeah, Lacey Evans does just hit people with a punch.
When a WWE superstar uses a punch as their finishing move, they have to make sure that the punch looks lethal upon execution.
Yeah.
The Big Show pulled this off extremely well during his time in WWE, as he would use a knockout punch as his finishing move, and Big Show actually managed to get the finishing move over by perfecting it and making sure his opponent sold it correctly. And in relation to the current roster, Lacey Evans currently uses a punch as her finishing move, and she refers to it as the women's right. Lacey's finish looks dreadful. It looks weak.
That looks
it's
trash.
That it barely makes any connection to her opponent. If Lacey is going to attain any ounce of credibility on the main roster,
shit out of her right there.
A finishing move is needed with immediate effect. Number 3, Sonya Deville, Elevator.
The only reason why it doesn't work for Lacey Evans is because she's not big and strong. You feel me? If she was huge and sucking bitches, then it'll work. But she's a normal sized woman, so it's like, nah,
although
bruh.
Sonya Deville is now classed as a part-time wrestler in WWE, it doesn't mean that she still doesn't have one of the worst finishes on the roster.
I forgot her finisher.
Her finisher is known as the Elevator. It features Sonya hoisting her opponent into a suplex position before slamming them down. Due to the variation,
it looked like she got DDT.
Like Sonya ends up DDTing herself. And when Sonya first debuted the move, it actually looked like her opponent was countering it.
That's what I thought.
The move could look great, but Sonya has to figure out how to prevent her spiking her head on the mat. The move is just never going to attract any form of credibility.
Yeah, nah, Sonya.
Number 2, almost two-handed.
It looks like she
slam.
gets DDT.
The two-handed chokeslam finishing move has been used by a number of giants throughout WWE history, and the latest wrestler to use the move is Omos. Omos' version, though, of the move fails to stand out when compared to other wrestlers who have used the move. The finisher unfortunately means Omos is unable to stand out on the roster, as the finishing move is just far too basic for a modern-day WWE product. When Omos performs the move, the crowd goes silent, which should be a clear sign that WWE and Omos need to find a new move for the 7-foot giant.
Maybe a regular chokeslam. Maybe a regular chokeslam. A regular chokeslam looks better than a two-handed chokeslam.
1, Naomi, rear view.
Oh my God, yes. This is facts. Naomi, you need a new finisher. The booty bump is not it.
Naomi is one of the most talented female superstars to ever step foot in WWE.
For
She's
sure.
won the SmackDown Women's title on 2 occasions, but accolades aside, Naomi has a truly atrocious finishing move. She uses a move known as the rear view, and the move features Naomi running and hitting her opponent with her behind.
Yeah, man.
Literally with her behind. The move is supposed to be a credible finishing move, but it's more of a comedic move. Naomi has now used the infamous finishing move for years, and there appears to be no sign that she's ever going to introduce a new finishing move.
It doesn't look dope to me, bro.
If it was a signature move that Naomi used to get a positive crowd response,
she athletic,
and
though.
they use a top rope move or a move which fundamentally suits her exciting persona.
Alright, bro, this is a good video from WrestleMania. Yeah, these were some trash finishers, man. I gotta keep it a stack. Number 1, Naomi with the booty bump. For sure. That mess, every time I see it, I'm like, that shit looks so trash. However, she is athletic. She be getting kind of high in the air and she spread her legs. So it's dope. But in the same instance, it's like it doesn't look like it hurts at all. With her big soft booty, it's like, bro, she could do that to me any day. Shout out to the gang. Let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. I'm going to see y'all next time. Yeah. Peace.
She in the street.